Hi ukulele group. Okay, it's time to learn our last song of the year. It's Back in Black by ACDC. Now we're going to do some strumming and we're going to do some plucking as well, which is just using one string and one finger at a time. But what we'll do is we'll start with the chords first. All these chords we have done before except for the last one. So we're going to start with an A, we're going to go to a G, and then we're going to go to a new chord which is called the D chord. So we'll have a look at the A chord first. So it says on our chord sheet that we have to have a finger on the second fret on the G string, so that's right there. And we need to have a finger on the first fret on the C string, which is the next one down. So it looks very close to our F chord, but all we're doing is moving our index finger up. So it's a bit closer together. That's A. And in Back in Black and by ACDC, all we do with that chord is strum it down once. Just like that. So what you'll notice me doing after I strum that chord is I kind of bring my palm back and I stop the strings from moving. And that's called muting. So when you strum the chord, you need to bring your hand straight back to stop the sound, to make it sound really rocky and punchy. So, and that's all you have to do with that chord. Then the next chord is the G chord. The G chord is where we do the peace man, we put it on our two green dots, and then we make a pointer on the next fret over. That to there to there. You should be pretty well practiced in doing that chord now. But here it is here if you want to see it on the chord chart. Right there. And you'll notice the strumming pattern with this one goes down, up, down. And that's a really quick down, up, down. I'll show you what that sounds like. And you'll see that I'm putting my palm back on the strings as soon as I finish doing that strumming. So with the A chord, it sounds like this. Now we've got one more to go. That's our D chord. Now our D chord, you'll see that all the fingers are going to be lined up on the second fret, G, C, and E. Now there's two ways you can do this chord, and I'll show you the two different ways, and you decide which way feels the most comfortable for you. So here's our second fret. We've got the G, the C, and the E string. So this is one way you can do it. 1, 2, 3. Now you have to make sure that your finger, your last finger, isn't slightly touching the last string, because if it does that, that string's going to sound like this. We don't want that. So if you make sure that when this last ring finger is not hitting, it's going to be a nice bright sound. Might feel a little bit squishy putting all your fingers on that chord, but you'll get used to it. Okay? Now the second way you can do this chord is by using your thumb. Now when you hold the ukulele, your thumb should curl over it like that, and we can use that thumb sometimes in some chords. So instead of using these fingers to do your D chord, you can use your finger and curl it over like that to bar all the strings. Now for me, I like doing them this way. But if you like to do it that way, if that way feels more comfortable, you do it that way. Now the D chord strumming pattern is the same as the G strumming pattern. It's going to be the same thing. Down, up, down, stop. So this is what it should sound like all together. And that's it. Next video, we're going to be looking at the plucking in the verse. So what I just showed you was the beginning, the intro, all the way into the verse to the end of the verse. But it doesn't just do that. We don't just do chords the whole way through. There's this thing. We're going to do that in the next video. Okay, good luck.